So this interview pattern I have discussed with one of the LinkedIn member. She attended Informatica interview. So she's having like 2 years experience, like 2 to 3 years of experience. Like Informatica is a product-based company, right? So this is the interview pattern they are having. Like 6 rounds of interviews are there. Like interview rounds are little lengthy only, like 6 rounds of interviews, and there are both online interviews and physical interviews. So out of 6 rounds, 2 rounds are face to face, like last 2 rounds. And the interview questions generally revolve around Selenium topics. So concepts around Selenium and Java, OOPS concepts. They are asking the mainly like they can ask you some example. Can you write me encapsulation example? Or these OOPS concepts are important in any interview, whether it is a product-based companies like Informatica or any kind of companies. You have to focus on the OOPS concepts. Uh, basic questions they can ask any kind of question. So if you practice some problems, right, then you can able to answer anything. Like if you are only listening to my classes, you cannot retain this memory. Like you have to practice these things, and then only you can able to explain these things. So these topics they are asking, and there are few more things like SQL also they are asking. Even any company generally like basic SQL of select queries, and then like basic select queries you should definitely know. Using where class and using group by also you need to practice. Group by is one keyword, and using joins also. There is inner join and outer join. So these kind of things, if you are not working in your current company, also try to focus on learning the SQL. So these are basic things only. We are not complicating these things like data analyst and other roles. They will too much. They will do SQL, but you have to learn these basic topics. These are important. And if you are thinking about advanced topics like stored procedures and so many other things are there, but these are not asked frequently. But basic joins and group by clauses and where and select clauses, these are like select is basic only. Where is also basic only. And there are something like is one thing, and you can give like and then give percentage, right? So percentage uh, x y z something like this. So give percentage. So the value will be in the similar format. So if I am giving a string, suppose try to learn about SQL. So and they also asked something about normalization. So there is first normalization, second normalization. So uh, product-based companies expect these kind of topics in SQL. Like normalization is advanced topics. So first normalization, second normalization. Learn about it. So if you are understanding, that's fine. First of all, you try to learn first time. It will not be easy to understand. Second time, again, you learn after 2 3 days. So then you can understand it better. So normalization topics also they can ask, and different types of testing. So we are all testing people, right? So they are also asking different types of testing that they have performed. So generally, what are the types of testing will be there? Functional and non-functional testing. So functional testing is like we are taking the requirements and we are testing it for one user only. Generally, like 1 or 2 users we will test, right? One user testing or maybe 5 or 10 users maximum. But non-functional testing is like performance testing. It's not like you have to deeply work on all the testing types, but what is the types of testing that your project is following, right? If they ask you this question, so you have to be able to answer these kind of things like performance testing, accessibility testing, and there can be other types of testing like security testing. These are the types of testing that my company is following. You have to say you no need to say that I have worked on all these things, but my uh, project is having a performance engineering team which is working on these things. Or if you have been working on this, you can convey these things like I am using JMeter or load runner and all accessibility, security, and So many other types of non-functional testing is there, like usability testing also non-functional only. Like they can ask you like what kind of types of testing that is being performed in your project or company. So that is one type of question. And the most popular thing is programming and coding. So they can ask you on arrays or basics of any numbers or anything, basic Java programs, then strings, Java collections. So even exception handling is also important. On a high level, whoever attended interview, right? She told me that this is the approach they are following. So in the sixth round of interview, Selenium, Java, and Java is including these OOPS concepts and everything like and also this coding. Um, so for your understanding, I just told you this is the kind of thing that can happen in a product-based company. But if you are attending a service-based company, right? So there can be 2 to 3 rounds of interviews. In that, Java topics are very important. So uh, you don't ignore any Java topic. It is important. Try to learn the things. SQL is like generally expected in any software engineer role, either a tester or developer or anybody generally like SQL is basic thing, right? So you have to practice SQL. This is important. And some companies generally also may ask Linux. So if you have worked on Linux in your experience, so what are different Linux commands and if you have used VI editor, right? Inside Linux environment, there is something like VI editor. There will be some commands. So if you have experience, you can convey that. If you don't have, it is totally fine. You can ignore this. So these are the things you have to generally and apart from Selenium, all the automation project framework kind of questions they can ask.